What's going on? It's Rock from Rock Shop. I got my coffees, and I'm gonna do a little something different today as opposed to reselling, the reselling community. These are things that you may come across and you might do yourself when you come across an electronic. A lot of times you buy on impulse and you get something home and it doesn't work when you should test everything in the store. It's kind of hard to do things like that when you're like at a yard sale. Anyway, I bought this Onkyo. Actually, I didn't buy it. I found it in the trash. I'm sorry. And the tray is not opening. I opened it up and I turned it on, and I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm trying to get a good view at the model. The lighting's not very good over here. Anyway, it's an Onkyo. These can be really valuable. Some of them are worth a good bit. I do have one that's not working also. I may pull that one down and maybe try to fix it myself. I think it was something something minor that was wrong with it. But anyway, I'm going to put my coffee somewhere where it won't spill. Alright, so I got inside of it. Now, the disc tray spins, so that belt's good. But the belt that pushes it out, that pushes the tray out, is probably no good. So what you want to do is you want to, first of all, I'm not an expert at this. I'm not a professional. I'm just you know, just going as I see off videos on the internet. I'm just kind of, you know, trying to figure things out myself. Now, I know that this piece can be unattached. You can pull these out so that you can have better access to pull, you know, because that way it's not being tugged on or anything. I know that I can't unhook these. So what I did was I took all the screws out of here, and we're going to pull a couple more screws out. Okay, so I got that one and that one. I got a little screwdriver in the basement in my little work area. I think that I should be able to take that out now. I'm guessing that these pieces in here are going to keep it from moving. They're actually connected. I might have to undo that screw right there, which I'm going to do right now. So make sure that you keep all your screws separate. So I'm going to kind of try to remember. Oh, not good. There it is. Yeah, you want to work on a flat surface. You know, and I'm like working on my bins. Like I do things unorthodox. I'm just an unorthodox type of person. All right, so these screws, these are all the same, so I can use all of them. These are all the screws that are inside of this little motherboard or whatever you want to call that. So this one, I believe there should be a belt attached to that, possibly, and that one's okay. Let's see if we get a little tug going on in here. I think that there's absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and mess with this a little bit more and get back to you. Okay, so I noticed that there's a couple more screws. There's this one. This one is attached to the corner. That one's attached to the frame of the, you know, whatever you want to call it. And this is obviously attached to this tray. I want to move this tray because I'm guessing that the belt drive is going to be under here. So I have to move this board out of the way. So in order to get to it, I'm going to take this screw out. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand because the screw's going to fall again. So give me a second. I'll get these screws out. Okay, so what I did was I pulled these screws because this is loose. This is able to pull out, but I had to give this some leeway so that I could push that back and pull that out. So we're going to do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and lift this up and out. And there's the belt. And there's the belt that's off. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this. So I was right. I did. See, if you can't find something out, a lot of times what I do is I just YouTube, Google it. All your information is right at your fingertips if you have a computer, smartphone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to remove this without pulling any excess wires away from it. And I'm going to go ahead and see how complicated this belt is going to be. So let's take this apart. Okay, so I removed the tray, the disc tray that sits under here by pulling the center screw out. I pulled that out. I actually pulled this out first. This was over top, and this piece, this connector was fed through that slot. So I pulled all that apart, and that's exactly what was wrong with this unit. When I pulled it apart, this spool right here was filled with a melted belt. So there's the melted belt. That's what's left of it. I ordered belts because I usually fix things like cassette players. Some of the Sony cassette players can be pretty valuable. Now, I don't recommend you doing these manually. I don't know if this is going to mess up the setting, but this belt lowers there's the eye. You don't want to touch that. You never want to touch that with your fingers. That lowers and raises the disc that connects with the disc. So that's what that is for. I'm not sure what this spool right here is for. I'm not sure what that one does. But all these belts seem to be pretty good. They seem to be in good shape. I should probably replace them anyway since I already have it open. I'm going to take them off and I'm going to determine the flexibility and the material. The rubber is not, rotted, and they may need replaced anyway, so I may need to replace them. They don't go by how... I'm sure that they can't be too tight, but they're probably not too loose. But here's our problem. This belt connects, I'm guessing that it connects to here. And this is, if you can see that, you can see it pushing out. And that is opening the tray. There's the tray. Open, open, open. Close, close, close. That is exactly what was wrong with it. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, guys. I'm going to show you when the belts are attached and when it's assembled again. Do a better job of putting your sorting out all your screws so that you don't get confused when you reassemble the unit back together. Okay, we are going to get this thing, we're going to get it working. I'm going to get these belts on. I think I'm going to just replace those two belts. I actually have the belts. I'll show you. You can get them. I'll see if I can find them online, and I'll leave a link for you guys so that you can order belts. This is actually a record player belt. I got tired of dealing with that old record player, and I ordered a, I think it's a Victrola. I'll show you. I'll leave the link to that too if you guys want. 50 bucks online, not bad. It's not a bad record player. Here it is right here. Spike's hiding, he ain't coming out. He still didn't eat that fish in there. I don't know why. He don't feel like coming out today, so we'll leave Spike alone. But I believe they are in here. Where are they at? In here. Where are you at, belts? Put them somewhere. I don't see them in that one. They're not in there. Where are my belts? Not in that one. Let's see. They are not in there either. Okay. There they are. Okay, so this is how I ordered them. They're all different sizes. Yeah, I'm not very organized. Like, I'm organized, but not the way that I should be. Like, everything should be labeled, all these little drawers. And I should tell, like, there's, like, some screwdrivers. There's, see, that's not very organized. It started out as just a regular drawer. But anyway, we're getting off subject. I'm going to go ahead and put these, I'm going to replace probably the other 2 belts. So I'm going to replace 3 belts on this thing. We're going to get it working, and we're going to see what the value is of it. And let's put it back together. Okay, so we did assemble. I did attach this belt here. I'm going to leave these belts on, that one and that one, because those are thicker and those are in good shape. And I mean, I don't know, they didn't feel like they were not rotted, but they didn't, I stretched them a few times and they seemed to be okay. So we're going to go ahead and try. Anyway, I see how simple this is to take apart, so if I do have to take it apart again, I will. It only took me 10 minutes to disassemble this unit. So all right, we have this belt on and we're good to go, and that controls the door, and we're going to go ahead and put everything back on. I got to put this back on. The cover that goes here, I got to feed this through it. I remember exactly how to put it back together. So we're going to go ahead and reassemble this unit, and then we're going to test it. Okay, we have all of this back together. I'm just going to put the lid on, put the screws in, and then I'm going to plug it in, and we're going to test it. Okay. Unit on. Unit open. Oh, there it comes. A little slow. Unit close. Alright, maybe the belt is too tight. Let's try again. Oh, you know what? I don't think it opens all the way. I think you put the disc in. Okay, let's test it out. Okay, we're finished working on this. Apparently, it did need a belt, but there's also there's a deeper issue with this, and it's probably not worth for me to put the time into something. I mean, even though it was a free item. So we're going to go ahead and get this listed for parts only. I guess it was kind of better than nothing. It was worth a shot, but there's definitely some more issues to it. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys did get some kind of general idea of how to change a belt. Most items you can get like 100 belts for like $10 on eBay, Amazon. Some items you can actually make a little bit of money off of. I would recommend only doing that with items like this, certain items that you're going to make a higher profit on. For a $10 CD player or a cassette player, it's not worth changing the belt unless you got, I mean, if that's all you do, then, you know, more power to you. I respect everybody, you know, that does whatever they do. If that's what you do, that's fine. For me, it just doesn't fit my time schedule. I just don't really have time to kind of mess around with things that are just not valuable. But like I said, if that's all you do, go do you. Ya mean. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Smash that like button. Hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I post new videos, which are mostly going to be just kind of thrift haul videos, things like that, of that nature for reselling. Every now and then I'll do like a video like this to kind of just mix it up, but probably not best to do that. I'm kind of focusing on one type of crowd. Maybe I should start a new YouTube channel for things like that. It's a possibility. It's something to think about. Thanks for watching. Peace out.